Okay, my plan is to go from here where I was, San Marco, work my way along this way to here where is a traghetto, which will just take me across to this island, or this bunch of islands, and then I can work my way this way. And I just asked the man where I was, and he said I'm somewhere right in here. I can't remember precisely where it was. We're now in Campo San'Anzolo, wherever that is. This map is not a very good map. I'm not sure there is one, although I should try and get one from the travel, or from the information center. But I'm apparently supposed to go across that bridge and down the main drag, a couple of drags, and then turn right. But I wanted you to see this. Maybe the last time I get to see it with that bell going, it might just decide to topple over, but it's clearly leaning to the left, as you can see. Why they go as far as Pisa when they could stop here. I'm here at a site for gondolas, but this is where I'm to catch the trajetta, and there is absolutely no sign telling you how to get here or that you're even here. Otherwise, you're just at a dock. And this is the trajetta, kind of a two-man gondola. It only costs 50 cents, I think. On the assumption these kids don't get us sunk, we'll paddle across here. To get out of the cold and get warmed up, particularly my hands, I stopped in the shop to have some chocolate calda, hot chocolate with a cookie. Well, hot chocolate is like a syrup almost. You can see it moving in there. But good, it's a light syrup. Just a building I saw on my way back to the hostel. This looks very classical. Corinthian tops to those columns. I'm on the other side of the railroad station from where I was last night. And there's that new bridge, which I'll go across one of these days. But during the daytime, preferably when it's sunny, because it looks like there's a pretty park over here to take a look at, which is an extravagance on an island where land is so pretty. It was so rabid, people getting on here, that there was one guy about 35 that absolutely forced his way on when it was already packed, and the guy was screaming, "Stay off, stay off." They had to push people back. It was like watching something you'd think would happen in Southeast Asia. We're now just past past the Rialto Bridge, continuing down to San Marco. Why they don't design these so that you can drive a boat right into one of those lower doorways. Notice the Byzantium design in those arches. Imagine how grand these palaces would look, and did look, when they were new and painted and clean, therefore. Not intended to be a rebuke. Venice is what it is, and it attracts millions and millions of people. Christmas tree. That's cute. It's raining, but at least it's not foggy. So, while it isn't sun, it's better than nothing. interesting side arch up on that palace. Normally there isn't much decoration on the sides. Postal Service. Interesting old bridge, wooden bridge that apparently the city would like to replace for whatever the reason. So I'll have to walk on that one just to do it. Beautiful mosaic on the front of that one. San Marcos Square, of course. Who he was, I don't know, but it's an impressive looking statue, and I'm negotiating to various places, trying to use the map diligently, so I'm going to take a picture of this square that I'm in. This is where I'm trying to go to, and I actually have been following a couple small signs like this that are fortuitously laid out in very remote little places. Okay, I am here. I defy somebody to find this place using any of the maps that I've had access to so far. But this is very beautiful. Hell of a climb. Be an elegant place to own if you had an elevator installed. Be interesting to know the history behind this. And what are these artifacts for? What is the building used for now? What was the motivation for building it in the first place? My guess is all or part of it may be abandoned now. It will be an interesting 4, more likely 8 years. And I hope that the Europeans enjoy it. I am en route to the theater, and I am correctly going there. So this may be a part of it, I'm not sure. It looks more like the apse of a church, but I don't know. Again, so unfortunate that a lot of the beauty that's been put into some of these buildings, maybe at a time when it was visible, is no longer visible. And obviously, of no interest to anyone. This is the Church of Saint Fantine. It looks to be abandoned. This apparently is the theater. It was gutted by a fire on the inside. We can't see that without making special reservations, I guess. Another nearby edifice appears to be a church by the cross insignia on the top panel. I want to get a little bit closer to those statues. And I want to point something out. Notice the brick. Almost all the buildings that we're looking at, including the palaces, the great palaces along the Grand Canal, are in fact a brick superstructure and applique of all the grandeur. This is what it says over the main door. And next to it, this elegant looking Byzantium-influenced palace, or home, if you will, of the wealthy. Okay, now we're going to go from the Teatro down to the church, something other, looks like Giglio. Can't read it there. Okay, here's a good example of Venice's problem. These places, I think, are underwater, and perhaps by a foot or two. You can see by some of those doorways down there.